This set of slides shows you how to draw a transect. Use these instructions to draw your slice of woodland. When you have finished your drawing on the Nova, use your iPhone to take a photo of the screen and upload it here. This is a photograph of the part of the transect that we want to draw. And you can see in it, it's got a number of the same sorts of eucalypt there. It's got a nice tallish bush in the front called a hakea. It's got some bushes that are growing around the eucalypt itself called pittosporum. And in the front here you can see some strappy looking plants called matrush. There's also some grasses in there. And we want to be able to show in our drawing this variety of plants that are growing here. But you'll have a look and you'll see that any drawing is going to need some sense of scale. So the hakea in the foreground is about 2 meters high. The eucalypts themselves are about 15 meters high. So it's going to be a bit difficult. We're going to have to think about the scale that we're going to put on our drawing. So let's take a look now and see how we're going to do this on the Nova. Now here we've got the page of the Nova screen on a Nova Paint, and we've drawn up a set of axes here, and we've used, if you have a look on the left hand side of the screen there in that red rectangular shape there, we've just used that thickness of the line, and if you look up on the top right hand side of the screen in that red rectangle, we've used that icon. And what we did was we just put the stylus at the top where we wanted the top of our vertical axis, and so we put our stylus there, and then we just dragged it down to the bottom left hand side of the screen and stopped it there. And then we did the same to get the line across the bottom axis. So that set up our axis, and we're ready to keep moving then. You can see we're really powering along with labelling the axes on our Nova Paint screen, and they're both labelled as meters. And down the left hand side of our axes, see how we've put a break from between 2 and 10. That's a way of just saying we've got a bit of a break in our axes here because we have a bit of a difference between the shrub size and the tree size. Remember, the hakea was about 2 meters and the eucalypt was about 15. So that's how we're going to overcome that problem. And then you can see on the left how I've made the 2, 10 and the 15 just using a finer point on that left-hand side of the on the left-hand side of your screen. And I've used the pencil to do that. So up on the top right-hand side, I've moved it from making the graph symbol to a drawing symbol. And then finally, if I make a boo-boo, I've got up on just above the M there on the top of the axis, on the top of the vertical axis there, I've got a rubber, and that is very handy. So now let's start filling in our drawing with all the different plants. Wow, now you can see we've been powering on with our diagram. I haven't included every plant. The idea is to just give a sense of how many different sorts of plants we've got. So to do that, I put a key up in the top right-hand corner there, and I've written down what all my plant symbols mean. So the big tree there, of course, is the eucalypt. Then on the left-hand side of my tree, I've got a grass, and then along the bottom, I've got a matrush. I've got the pittosporum and the hakea and the heathin. Now I'll have to go back to my picture and make sure I've included pretty much everything. But yeah, I can see it's not really a Leonardo da Vinci effort, is it? But it's a field record, and that'll give us a sense of the different sorts of plants we've got in our transect. I hope you enjoyed drawing yours. Bye.